Hi.
Hi. Yes, we're
Hey
live.
girl. Hey girlfriends. We're
Hello.
vaping today. Vaping with the homos.
Uh,
Yeah.
or the Ohmies.
Welcome to Vaping with the Homies. Here we are, another week, another day. Hopefully, I don't crash again. It's gonna be a running joke at least with me for a bit. Uh, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week going? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Uh, what next week is 4th of July?
Oh wow.
Looking forward to that.
Wow.
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 All right, so we're
Wow.
gonna start off with the what have been vaping. I'm gonna pass over to James. Take it away, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, today I am rocking my red Dreamer. I can't put this thing down. I'm loving it. With an OG red Goon with the black top cap with the recurve drip tip because it's got that little bit of black in there. A little matchy match action.
Every curve tip, man.
And inside of that, I've got some Smacks She's a Dime with one of those nice Watofo refill caps, which are pretty nice because they just slip right over the drip of the bottle, which is pretty cool. And then I've also got my trusty Divine Designs DS TM24 combo with Marcellus, of course. It's my go-to. It's my all-day vape. Take it with me everywhere. As a matter of fact, I got a vapor right now.
Yeah, I just ran out like a week and a half ago. So,
and that's me. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it all over to Dan Ohmies-Lanta, my dude.
What's going on, everyone? I am here. I have the Wismec Luxotic. This is like the 2.0 one. It's got the silicone bottle. Love this thing. Use it all day.
Nice.
In that, I have Dinesh. You guys have ever seen Dinesh? It's a cherry pastry. R.D. Smith is the creator of it. Good dude. I got to meet him this past week. Really cool guy. I got that same Watofo cap for my squonker. Loving it. I have my other trusty double barrel fire loop mesh tank. I don't rock tanks except for this one. Best flavor. I got in that fountain blast off. It is a Baja Blast slushy. That's my third 60 mil. I am cruising through that stuff. I love it so much. Then my new toy, I got the Joytech Exceed Edge mouth to lung guy. Pretty sharp looking, kind of like car paint job on it. Really liking that. And I have in that salted palm limb, 25 milligram, and it's so smooth out of this thing. Doesn't even taste like 25 milligram. So yeah, that's a pomegranate lemonade. And that's it for me. I'm going to pass it off to Michelle. Welcome. All you.
Hey. Wait a second, guys. Sorry. Michelle's having technical issues.
Did you mute the stream?
No, I did, and it's not muting for some reason. It's like the computer. I'm just gonna mute it this way. Okay, that is better.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry about that. What am I vaping? Well, first of all, I got to start with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
My literally an MTR cat, like literally one of his hats.
Is that a dad hat? It looks like a dad hat.
Well, I curved it because I like that hat.
Hey, I'm the same way. I got you.
So you don't have to be a dad to wear a dad hat.
Nope.
I'm vaping on my Dime mod.
Beautiful.
Dual MOSFET and my favorite RDA on the planet right now, the Domestos TM24 Pro, which I actually think, for once, I'm digging kind of Ultim for a second because the Ultim matches the tin, and I think it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, every once in a while.
What do you know?
I think that Ultim works with.
For my salt, my Nick salt, I've got some Hometown Heroes, Angels Breath, yeah. So, and my old school K-Fun. So this is my OG vape. And this is just one of my beater mods. This is a guy in our Discord group, Mark. Somebody pronounce his last name.
Mark Clough.
Thank you. I'm not very good at that. He makes e-juice, and his line is called Witch's Brew, which is I think a great name. But he sent me this just out of the kindness of his own heart to help with my migraines, peppermint vape, and it's really good. It's really good. Like, not, it does help with the heads a bit, but it's also just a great vape. So I would say if you're interested, check out his vapes. Support, some of the stooges.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a website.
Yeah, and just in case, let's see. I've got other vapes you'll see. I don't feel like introducing them all, but my pride and joy, of course, is my daily vape Hexome. This thing is just the bomb diggity,
one of a kind.
Yeah,
I feel like you rushed the design a little bit. Sorry, Dan, for stealing your line.
Well, it's a good line to steal. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm vaping on.
That's a good one.
And why is that button warm? Huh? That was odd. Who should I pass this on to? Who'd like to go next?
You go to Poon.
Poon? Senor PoonSauce Mcnasty?
Yeah.
What have you been vaping on?
Esquire.
Am I presenting it? Am I presenting?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, okay. What's going on, everybody? I've got one setup going on. I'm gonna get ready to set up the other one as soon as I can. First of all, the one I got running is my purple Hexome with the recoil on top. In there, I got some Pachamama Fuji Apple Strawberry Nectarine, which is like at the very bare bones left of it. So I'll be done in like 20 minutes. What I'm planning to set up is my dual timeskeeper
Nice.
With the exoskeleton with the Sherman 28 RDA on there.
Nice.
There's no batteries in there right now, but in there I have some. You can't even see the label because it's rubbed off so bad. It's some of that standard, the gummy beast, the white gummy, which is delicious. It's like one of the most spot-on white gummy flavors I've had. But as you can see, it's just literally just a silver mess right now with all the paint coming off. And that is, well, that's it for me. Yeah. Let's pass it off to Poon. Wait, Poon. What? What?
What? Pass it off to
am
you.
I doing?
Wait,
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
We'll pass it off to Clown. I swear I'm not as dumb as I look.
Pass it on to himself. All right.
Okay,
so,
round two.
First, I'm rocking that living that Titan life still with the TM24 Pro.
Good life to live.
Oh yeah. And in that I got a super steep bottle of Tyson's blend, one of my own little mixy doodads.
Nice.
Then next I got the Hexome with the Goon 1.5. UHD drip tip on that one. That one's a Half Moon Mods. You guys,
Nice, dude. I dig that color.
And then in the Hexome Goon combo, I have a Fruit Basket. Almost done with that bottle, which makes me sad, but we'll make some more. That's the beauty of DIY. You get to make your own juices.
Yeah, by the way, check out his DIY videos. Just scroll down. They should be there in the little sidebar underneath the chat.
Oh, yeah, and I got a lot more stuff coming up. I bought some juices. I even got a package come in today, so I'm going to play around with that stuff and see how that goes.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so...
Wait, I got to give a quick little shout out real quick. I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting, but it's just too damn funny. Because I saw this person in the other, I was doing a different show earlier, and PoonSauce, I'm sorry, buddy, but this one is it might beat your handle out there. It is Saint Cunty McFuckoff.
My dude.
Isn't that the best?
They're out of the UK.
Oh, yeah, I gotta see this.
Fellow member of the Empire family.
Oh,
Shout outs to you, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do a couple shout outs in the chat real quick while we're here. And Mr. Mark Cloth himself is in the chat. Shout outs to you and Witch's Brew. Make sure you guys check that out when he gets the site up and running. Also makes some pretty dope box mods.
The
So
boxes are
keep
so
an eye out
clean.
for that, guys.
So
I'm on the lookout for one.
Because he does a crazy good work. We got Vaping with Ken. Hashtag Fweef. What's going on, dude?
Life.
We got Danny Castle, one of our fellow stooges. Vaping Miner. Shout out to you, my dude. We got Big Boy. Or what is it? Yeah, Big Boy Builds and Reviews, all the way from the UK, checking in. I know they had a stream going on earlier today. Didn't get a chance to tune in because I was at work, but I heard it was a great show, dude. Thanks for tuning in and showing us some support. And yeah, guys, I don't know if there's anybody you want to shout out or.
Oh, look who decided to join the party, Mr.
Oh,
Daily
Daily
Vape
Vape
TV.
TV.
Nick, are you off your plane yet or what?
He should. I don't know when was he landing at home?
Oh, I hope.
I
I really hope he tuned in time to see my what I've been vaping.
Well, you could always show him again real quick.
Okay, just in case, Nick. I didn't want you to miss it. I'm still vaping on my my Daily Vape TV Hexome, buddy.
I feel like everybody with a Hexome should put one of those post-it notes on there until we all get our Daily Vape TV.
Oh my God!
Because
Could
that
you
would be the
imagine?
greatest thing. We'll
Like
be
a
like, hey,
vaping with the
Nick,
Ohmies and everyone is vaping on their Hexome with whatever.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
Daily Vape TV sticker.
I'd be willing to vape on a dull dime though. If now that you were about to say it,
You know what? You guys are all eventually gonna get them. Be patient.
we love you, Michelle. Don't worry.
Patience.
We love you.
See who else I saw.
Going on, Cole Image. Shout out
How's
to you,
that?
my dude. I'm rocking a set of your interlocking Fralians in this bad boy today, dude. And gotta say,
Badass
great
folder
build,
right there.
bro. I'm loving it.
Check
Killer
him out on
flavor.
Instagram.
Check him out.
Coil_image.
Clown, I need to try some of your coils too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Make
I'm
sure you guys
working
also
on
check out Clown. He has a website, coils, juice, all that good shit. Make sure you check that out. Let's see if we can get a link dropped in the chat from one of our lovely moderators, Miss Clownette. Shout outs to you for
is there too.
always tuning in and holding it down for us. So yeah, Clown, I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about advocacy wise.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. I was gonna say.
Talk about JVC.
We were gonna have JVC Jennifer Berger Coleman on, but she is running late, so maybe hopefully she'll be able to jump in at some point tonight. If not, cool. If she does, awesome. But we're gonna continue on because that's how we do, and we haven't crashed thus far.
Yeah, so we
You
want to
gotta
keep
say
it,
something.
keep it
We just
rolling.
kept it on the DL, like nothing even happened, and then watch. Now it's gonna happen. Now we're be like, oh, God damn.
Yeah, now it's gonna happen.
Talk about
Clown.
tempting fate.
So I don't know, advocacy stuff. I mean, we're still in the comments period. We have till July 19th, which that's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks roughly.
I think it's around 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's around 3 weeks roughly. And seriously, fill them out. It's not that difficult.
I want to say last time I checked, we were up around like 383,000 comments.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure.
Amazing. It's
I want
amazing.
to say it was around there. I'm hoping by now it's over 400,000, but you never know.
Here, I'll go check it right
So
now. Hold on.
That's like one that's kind of weird because that antis can comment on this. So we, for every, I know there's like a minimal number of antis doing anything.
I'm
but
checking
we
it
can
right
make sure
now.
we
Let's
outrate
see.
them completely, you know what I mean?
Who do we? Certain browser plugins. This is
Can I show you guys something?
Sure. Oh, I got the comments. It's 426,582.
Wow. We're getting up there,
Nice.
guys.
Nice.
This is Vapor Swaggin's hat
What?
right there. Vapor Swaggins.
He gets a hat.
He's the one that I didn't. He's the one who I never even thought to ask Mike for a hat. He's the one that's like, oh man, I'd love an M-Turk hat. So I'm like, okay.
Nice.
So I can't not give him one. That would be such a douche move. That's even too douchey for me.
So I seen Miss Clownette drop the links. If you guys don't know, I have a giveaway going on my Instagram account. I'll bump it back up to the top, but do follow the rules of what my post is, and you'll get an entry into winning a 240 ml of IVC juice.
Yeah.
So there's like 5 steps to do. You can enter once a day. You just take a screenshot or DM me once you do all the things, and I will save that entry. You can have multiple entries. Just keep doing the comment period, and I'll keep giving you an entry into the giveaway. Do it. I'm done with it.
You won't be disappointed either.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
think about it. Just do it.
I've already finished.
Everyone on the panel except
me.
Michelle has had IVC's juice, and no one has anything bad to say about anything they've tried.
I've got a bottle sitting right here. I've got a couple on my nightstand back there that I vape on constantly, dude. I'm almost out of both the mango and the OG Nelly, so I had to switch over to the raspberry. And the raspberry, dude,
It's fucking
it's on
fun.
point, dude. I like it, bro. I like it a lot.
I remember when you guys still had the glass 60 ml bottles
Yeah.
of the IVC. And I didn't even know about the company. How I found out about your guys' juice was I was in North Carolina. Me and my cousin were going to Coast because she lives like half hour out of Raleigh, so we were driving there. And then on our way back, we stopped at a random vape shop, and they had your juice. So I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. And it was that it was like a honeydew flavor. I forgot what the name of it was.
Pittsburgh left.
Yes, Pittsburgh Left. That's what it was, and it's probably one of my favorite honeydew flavors I've ever
I
had.
gotta know the juices.
And
Nice.
I've been hooked ever since. So definitely high quality stuff. You guys won't be disappointed. Just make sure you guys fill out those comments and just
Do it
follow.
once a day. Do it once
Yeah.
a day. I haven't had people put anything in a little bit now, and someone could run away with it and have like 50 entries in by now, and they're just not doing it. So you're good bad. Just do it.
Shia LaBeouf will be really disappointed if you don't.
What's going on, Mr. Dave Satek?
Yeah.
Joining
Dave.
us, and Miss Lena Cookie, all the way from across the pond in the UK. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Lena.
Always a pleasure seeing you guys in chat. Oh, and look who's late to the party, as always, Mr. Stan
he's
Tenacious TX.
fashionably
Look
late.
who
No,
joined
see,
us.
I'm still
Look who
blaming him
joined
for
us.
last week because
Yeah,
he
I
was
will-
the first one in chat,
Hi.
and we
Exactly.
What are you doing?
But
Well,
thanks for
Love you,
coming and
Stan.
tuning in, dude.
does so
Appreciate
much
it.
for us behind the scenes. Pretty much anyone that's got any kind of logo going, it's because of Cardmont.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Cardmont, I give you so many props. You're the one that I think you did me, Swaggins, and actually most of the panel, I think, except Clowns.
He did you?
What you thinking?
You want to talk about?
He did me. I was,
What you thinking?
That's for after show. Sorry, Nick. I'm on your line.
Be
Hashtag.
quiet.
and he didn't even buy me dinner, so that's even better. I wasn't hungry anyway, so at least he gave me a pillow. That's all I cared about.
Hey, Swaggins,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
JBS?
Yeah.
What else? I know there was talks of what Chicago doing flavor ban. I know New Jersey's doing a tax hike. So these
How
are
about New
things
York
that-
though?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. That was a close call.
That's
That was good stuff.
it's a step in the right direction. It's not over yet over there, but if you live in New York, write your legislator, email your legislators, phone into them, make their phones and emails blow the hell up.
Agreed.
And you know what? Tell your legislators that if they don't, that you're going to do everything in your fucking power to make sure that they are not elected again.
Mm-hmm. You do have the right to vote for who is in power.
Not quite as as intense as that. Be kindly worded. You don't have to attack them, but just say like if you don't want it, if you're not going to be putting in the votes that are the work. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of right now, but
Why?
if you don't want them in there, you know what I mean, then you just got to let them know, if you're not for what we're for, then we're not going to vote you in next term. You know what I mean?
Simple as
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Move on out. Keep on trucking.
We'll move on to the next guy.
Mm-hmm. So that's how our politics work. Is we vote in a power who we see fit.
I mean, that's what we can say. But I absolutely follow James' advice, not mine. But I think sometimes our politicians need to be reminded.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You have to.
Because
Like we
it's a
have to
polarizing
keep
issue. Like I'm one of those bleeding heart liberals, but I'll vote for a Republican if he's for vaping. So so
Definitely. Yeah.
Whoever has my best interest at heart, you get my vote.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Woo me is what I'm talking about.
wait, what? I'm sorry. You're for vaping. Okay, I see. That's good. And you're against gay marriage.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm gay. But you know what? I guess.
Yes.
Oh,
Welcome
What?
to the party.
Oh, look who finally decided
Better
to join
late
us.
than never.
How's the
Swaggins, you should
vacation
wear your
treating you, bro?
hat, man.
I don't have one yet.
No, you should wear the one I just gave you.
Yeah, I couldn't, I don't have smell-o-vision.
I held it up in front of the camera. Why didn't you grab it?
I was predisposed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Predisposed.
What was that? Oh, what?
I saw the note
Did you
about
just
what was
have a
happening.
stroke while trying to
I
talk?
jump in. Why not? You know?
Yeah, dude. I was gonna just, tell you. Come on in, dude.
Yeah, the water's fine,
Come
bro.
on in.
Get in where you fit in.
You look like a
buddy.
monster now.
Stick
I
it
do
in
like how you
while
just-
the water's
Well,
warm.
yeah.
Like a riot.
You want to go through what you're vaping on since you're just joining us, dude?
Sure, why not, dude? That looks so sick. Thank you, by the way, again. It's nice having friends in low places.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's
I'm
one of my favorite
rocking.
songs.
I'm rocking a lower serial number than my dude Aziz.
Oh,
The number 309 Admiral aluminum with a gunmetal Rebel on top. I'm rocking. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm rocking the Pulse 80 watt with the gunmetal recurve. I like gunmetal and black. It's just a thing of mine. Inside of the tube, I got Doughboy. It's a delicious jelly donut. And inside of the Pulse 80 watt, I have Tempting Gretel by Witch's Brew. It's a delicious, it's an absolutely stellar Skittles vape.
Ooh.
Delicious.
That's me.
I need it.
You do need it.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta
I
get
need it.
some
Mark,
other
if you're out there,
Oh
if you're
shit!
listening.
Thanks, buddy.
But anyway,
Oh, yeah, we're gonna.
thanks for joining us, dude.
Like I said, he's gonna get that site up here pretty soon. I know he's working hard on it, and I know what a pain it is to get a site up and running.
Yeah, dude.
So, Vapor
Anyways.
Swags,
So
how was your day?
I know Swaggins is enjoying vacation time now. Finally,
Mm-hmm.
You finally done with work, or when was your last day?
Today was my last day. I missed
Did
out on
you-
going to Canada to hang
Did
out
you
with.
give him all the finger, or what'd you do?
I couldn't give him the finger, man, because I had to do this little thing. It's called adulting.
Yeah.
I had to also not burn bridges. Yeah, it was absolutely lame. But I gave my
burn 'em.
boss. I gave my boss the dead fish. Like he went to shake my hand, I just made my hand super limp. I breathed on it a little bit. I went. I made it really
Give him the
sweaty,
slip palm.
and I
I would have just
shook
licked
his
my hand
really
and be
limp.
like,
You
and I
and
just-
your limp
it's
hand.
like right
And then when he
after
tried to let go, I squeezed, and I just kept squeezing and squeezing and
Did you-
squeezing. And then I
Swaggins,
pulled a
you're not-
fan
you're
out of
not
my
Donald
pocket, and I
Trump?
gave it to him, and I said, "Here, remember me always." And then I walked away, and I was out.
Lena. Thanks for joining us, by the way, Chris Empire Vape Co.
I like that.
I
You
like
and
the
your
comment.
mouth
Yeah,
status.
that's gold.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
cool.
last at least 2 more shows. So
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Like he has to come back on for it to stick.
Hey, Swaggins, are you here so we don't have to be?
I'm always here, so you don't have to be until I'm not. Which
And
I'm
I am.
actually not here. I'm not. You don't see me. You don't.
I'll be honest.
Just
The
a
reason
dog.
why I wanted to come on was because PoonSauce was doing such an amazing job that, like, both his curb appeal, as in his attractiveness, and his ability to speak clearly and compel me to want to watch. It made me need to find the link and click it so I could come in and hang out.
I think it's because I'm not wearing a bra today.
Oh my god, me neither.
Bastard.
Well, as you guys tell, we didn't really have a plan for this show.
Oh, we never do.
Do we ever have a
But,
plan? Let's be honest here.
I mean, we had a plan, but
Plans have to change sometimes.
of course.
This one's
all
called
good.
Hanging with the Ohmies.
Yeah,
And we're just
Hanging.
hanging
Yeah,
out.
So I mean, what?
Ayahuasca.
Sometimes you take a left at Albuquerque. It happens.
Yep.
Bugs Bunny?
Albuquerque's far.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
I had to go back into the recesses of my memory for that.
you had to start pulling out the file folders and kind of skimming
Yeah.
through them real quick.
Dude, I was using the Dewey Decimal System, man. That's
Oh,
how deep
man.
that shit was.
Old school.
She was looking through the file cabinet and found a Trapper Keeper. She's like, what the hell is this thing?
Did you guys do shout outs yet?
Yeah,
We did a few, but we could always
really.
shout out more
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
man. Always love shouting out the chatters. Because if it wasn't for them, this show wouldn't be what it is. It would just be us hanging out, which is cool. But
I'm okay with that too.
it's nice having people to actually, chat with. Oh, we got our man Overdrip from Canada.
Oh, we
Oh,
finally
it's
decided
Ah,
to.
The,
all the way
Thank you
to
for
the
joining us,
OG
dude.
Chris.
Uncle Chris. Love you,
OG
dude.
Chris.
Love you, dude.
He's,
Apparently,
he's
Connor
vaping
called
on
me
that.
Palm.
Vaping on
Empire
that
Vape.
purge.
Thanks.
Who's this Nick Bissett guy?
Some dude, I guess. He likes vaping.
Why does he keep writing
Alien
things?
Vape. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Black cat, white face vapes. Your
Oh yeah,
name
he's
is-
a pretty cool dude. He does
Yeah.
oil,
Thanks for
oil
joining.
tutorials and
Oh
stuff.
yes, Ayo, dude. Long time no see,
Hey,
dude.
oh,
Glad to
Whoa,
see you
look
in
at it.
chat, man.
Stan said,
Oh, guy.
"Like an overdrifts here. I'm out."
You got it, Shane.
And of course, Ender's other game, dude. I'm not gonna forget you, bro.
Uncle Keith.
Canadians are
Like
showing up.
me.
Uncle
You're
Keith.
my dude. Uncle Keith.
No, wait.
I'm proud to
Anders-
say Keith would
it's-
be that
it's-
awkward uncle in
it's
the
not
in like
Uncle
a family
Keith,
gathering that you
it's-
still love.
Uncle
It's
Chris,
second cousin Enders.
second cousin Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Second
backwards
cousin,
of
twice
Pizza.
removed Enders.
So, do we want to talk about some of the new mods and addies on the market that we're interested in? I saw the Basium is out and everybody's reviewing it, and it really blew my mind how small it actually was because it looked ugly, in my opinion.
Wait, that Dean's new
Dean's,
Squonker?
yeah,
Yep.
new Squonker.
Dude, you know what? I don't get excited about Squonkers ever, but I got to be honest. I really like his approach with that thing because it was very like the way that I think it was like very functional. It doesn't care what it fucking looks like. It doesn't have bells and whistles. You know, it's just a good, like it looks like a heavy duty good mod. You know, and that's cool.
It definitely doesn't care what it looks like. That's for
I
sure.
heard some random dude came out with this RDA called the Reverie. Have you guys ever heard
Yeah.
this damn thing?
Yeah, but then I thought it was a dream.
Ah.
A waking dream, almost a daydream.
But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you though, Swaggins, on that thing. At first, from pictures, I definitely thought it was going to be kind of big and bulky. But this is going back to the Bastion guys, not the Reverie. But yeah, I did think it was going to be bigger and bulky. But then I actually seen it like actually in people's hands and kind of seen the size comparison, and I was surprised actually with how small it was.
Right.
But I'm still kind of unsure about the form factor of it. It still kind of seems for a dual 18650. Like I understand there's only so many ways you can configure it with that bottle in there to make it compact. But
well, I posed this question.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I posed this question. It's almost one of those things where it's like, all right, well, if you already have a dual 18650, right? The G box. The reason why people have the G box is because they wanted more battery power. They wanted more wattage. Yeah. If you have the Rage, which is smaller and sturdy and whatnot, other than the issues with the board that people are having, right? What would make you want to buy a Basium? I think the Basium is just something that's coming out on the market that's like, all right, well, if somebody wants to support Dean because they're like a fan of Dean, or it looks cool with the tray and whatnot, and you like the way that the way it form facts into your hand, that's the only reason why I would see it. Like, I'm not going to go out and buy that. There's nothing about that makes me want to go out and buy it when I already have a Rage, right? So I'm assuming it's just another thing on the market to be able to give people choice with the dual 18650 regulated Squonker.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely, dude.
Because I feel like with the whole dual 18650 squonking game now, how everybody and their mother has done one, where he made his now. For one, if you're a collector like all of us are, we like collecting mods. We have 10 of them, each of us probably, and it's just gives people, like you said, it gives people another option.
I could see that.
It's more for the.
I'm getting to that point of I'm good with my squonks and I don't need anymore. Like I even like I keep running back to tube mechs anyways.
I'm looking. Well, now it is a great point you bring up, Clown, because now for me having a couple of really good regulated squonks, I'm looking now for a mech squonk that will hit like a mech tube. So like that's where I've kind of, instead of starting with like a Pulse mech or like one of those cheaper mechs, like the Athena kit or something like that, now I'm looking to add something after realizing I like squonking that I would love something that I could hit that would hit me like a friggin' truck, and then I could just squonk it instead of having to drip every time.
Like, okay, so like how about the DS? How was that treating you? Because I know you have one.
What's that?
Yes, did that keep your interest at all or not really?
Did you ask me?
Yeah.
What did you ask?
The DS, how did that treat you?
Oh, I like the DS. It's just I don't feel like.
Is it too bulky?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I like it, but like once again, I mean, maybe it's the build that I have in it. I think I might have a 0.15 in it, but I think that if I could have a single battery, like a single 20, like a higher amp limit, like a single 21700 mod with like a 35 amp limit, like one of the 30Ts with like silver contacts, like some of the things that are coming out, like there's specific things where it's like, I want something that's going to kick me in my throat and be really satisfactory.
I'll kick you in your throat.
Yeah, but that's, I wouldn't pay for that.
Yes, I think people would pay for that, actually. I actually had an idea about what you were just talking about, but I don't have the wherewithal to make it, because I was thinking about like a double barrel, but instead of the double barrel, you have one side is basically a giant bottle, the other, or within the metal tube, the other side is the battery, and then you have you're adding on top. So it'd be basically like holding a double barrel mech mod, basically.
Like this?
But it's
Yeah.
like that, but
This
you know what I mean, like where one side is the squonker.
Would be
Yeah, exactly.
and then your battery is over here.
Yeah. You know, you're
But
running
think about it,
from
like
the top into the other.
when you get a bottle, like have you seen a bottle that's in a squonker that's over what I think 10 mils is the biggest I've seen. I mean, you have people that have those giant like vanity, like those what do you call them? They're just like
The
I know what you're talking
3
about.
big box.
yeah, where you have a giant
Yeah.
like an actual like 500 mil bottle,
Yeah,
and they have to
yeah.
like literally like punch it to make it squeeze. But there's so much space in width of the bottle, like with a bottle that's like this wide but is like this long, like how much do you have to press that, or I don't know. It's just like that's cool, and I'm sure but that's also dual 18650 mod. So I'm thinking like something in a small form factor, like basically I haven't said it yet, but the Vicious Ant Spade, the 21700. I mean, I know it's a pricey mod, but something like that, if you could knock some of the price down off of that and make something as quality, but give it, save the price on, what they're trying to charge you being a Filipino mod, but give me the silver plated contacts or solid silver contacts. I mean, that would be a phenomenal squonking experience for me. That'd be worth going out and buying because it'd be unique to my collection. Not the Bazium, not the G-Box, not the Arctic Dolphin, like all these other squonks that are out there that are just like every other one. Something more specific to a certain style of vaping, which is mech vaping. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, no, I could feel that for sure, dude. Yeah. Like but then again, there's also the other side of it too, where there's the people that are actually kind of looking for that, something like the Bastium, you know what I mean? Like that for them, that's what that's their unicorn or whatever. I mean, like that's the one that they're going to grab and gravitate to. And that's one of the things with vaping is that there's so much variety out there and there's so many of these niche markets for everybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm more of a Met guy. You guys always see me. I'm always running a tube or like a parallel box or something of that sort. And, then there's some of us that, run more regulated, you know what I mean? So I tend to look more for, the mechanical sides of things and, like you're saying, like silver contacts or like, you know what I mean? Like the bigger capacity of the battery, like being able to put a 2700 or a 21700 inside of it, you know what I mean? To give you that more amperage and that little bit more of a pack punch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, then on the other side, you got this guy that's looking for, something that's going to get that long battery life because he's going to be running something at like 50 watts, probably like something 0.2 ohms around that mark. You know what I mean? With us, we're more on the lower end of that register, 0.1, 0.11 or the 0.15. You know what I mean?
The generic consumer. Go ahead, Clown.
Exactly.
No, I mean, that's like one of those things. Like I feel kind of alone in my current area of living because most folks around here like anything above a 0.3 regulated. So whenever they see me on a mech tube or something, they're like, dude, that's dangerous. You shouldn't do that. I do understand what I'm doing. I've studied Ohm's law. I've done all the research. I'm good. Don't worry about it. But it's one of those weird things. Like, you see the variety, and you get that. Like I was like me. I mean, I have a ton of mech tubes and this and that, and people just wonder why I do that when you can get a regulated. And I'm like, it's just a whole different world, and that's not really a point that comes across.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things that you don't know it until you feel it. It's kind of like when I got my first Titan. I was like, wow, this is something different, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It opens it casts you, you know, it kicks you in the pants and sends you, you know, head first into the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it opens the door to a whole nother, you know, realm of vaping, you know, that you didn't know before, because you're able to get that, you know, really hard packing punch of a mech with like the battery life of like having 2 mechs, you know what I mean, just with the natty on top, and it still gives you that hard punch, and it gives you that, you know, more of an amp limit to where you have that little bit more of a leeway, you know. But doesn't mean because you have that leeway, you be stupid and throw something that's going to be pulling the full amperage of both your batteries. Just because they're in there together doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be getting, you know, say you have 2 30-amp batteries in a box. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a full 60 amps. You know what I mean? So
but
like,
you should figure you get 45.
exactly.
50,
like give yourself
you know?
a buffer. That way, you know, you're not going to be overcharging or taking too much from your batteries, and then you won't have that risk of running into, you know, like a thermal runaway or a hard short, or you know, your
that's why
battery's just venting.
A good transition isn't to semi-regulated, but a lot of people, when they get into it, they're either afraid to get into it because they don't have a vaping community that they're a part of. Speaking of which, you know, if you join the Facebook group Vape Stew Crew, and you join the Discord, or you're just in a Facebook group, like I plug that, but you can join Vaping with the Ohmies or the Daily Vape
Crew.
TV, you know, Cloud Crew, the Clown Crew. I mean, there's so many communities. If you get involved, the people are really helpful and they're really friendly and they'll give you information. I mean, let's put it this way: I was vaping for 3 years before I met these guys and the other stooges, and I was using I was vaping Samsung 25Rs. Like, I didn't want to buy any more batteries. Now, I wasn't maxing out their amp limits. It had been a really long time since I used a tube mech, but like, I didn't realize, you know, I was just kind of in my own world. I knew what I liked, and I wasn't growing out of that. I had tried mechs because I did research, but if you're like not somebody who knows what research to do and you're thinking about it, you're like, I really want to get more out of this, it's really great to have people to talk to. You can message any one of us. You can email us at vapinwiththeohmies@gmail.com. We'd love to get back to you, but know that like you're not limited, but you also want to make sure that you're being safe.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, like before the show, I actually got a message. Was that asking about how to polish mech tubes and stuff, and then they were asking me of the difference between like series builds and that kind of thing. So we were kind of talking about that while I was trying to get all this set up. And I mean, I'm always willing to help out anybody with
absolutely.
I have, and I know you guys are too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like we said, you know, that's why you go and you join one of those groups. You become part of the community, you know, and then any of those questions you have, guaranteed, if you post in any one of those groups or in the Discord or something like that, there's going to be someone there with the answer for you, or have some sort of way to help you find the answer or get you to the answer. Like, that's one of the greatest things that I love about the group that we've kind of, you know, came to gather in the Discord, is like, we're so tight, and like, anytime any of us has an issue, we just hop in and, you know, either into the voice chat or into the, you know, just the regular chat, and just like, hey, you know, I'm having this issue, da 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 da. And next thing you know, you got 5 or 6 people chiming in and, you know, trying to help you figure out the situation. And it's just like they go out of their way just to help you out, to make sure that you're doing something safe, or that you're not going to do something that's going to hurt yourself. You know, at the end of the day, we all want to be safe, and we all want to, you know, go to bed at the end of the night with all of our fingers, you know, our nose, our eyes, you know what I mean? We don't want to have one of these catastrophic experiences. So it's always good to have those people.
But I want to say this: if you are one of these people that don't like having a nose or eyes or whatever, that's okay. Like, it's perfectly normal and fine. You know, we're not saying that's
not normal at all.
No, that's not.
That's like that disease where it's like you feel like you should not have legs, so you cut your legs because you feel like you were born in a body with legs where you should have no legs. It's not okay.
I have no legs.
You know, we're not making that general statement as the others. We're not coming out in a stance against that. We're just saying, if you feel that way, it might be nice to talk to a professional about that. We're not professionals when it comes to that. We're just consumers who talk about vape shit.
Yeah.
We're not professionals, so you don't have to.
Don't
be.
take any of our medical opinions to heart. None of us are doctors or physicians. So just
As far as you guys know, I don't have legs.
I lost my legs in a
But if you
tragic
don't,
Chuck E.
that's also
Cheese accident.
You never know. My
Oh, good.
nickname could be Stumpy. I don't know.
Yeah, it is Stumpy, by the way.
Oh, okay.
What do you call a guy who just lays on the floor all day right by his door?
Matt.
Me?
What do you call a guy at the bottom of the ocean who just does the same thing?
Me?
Steven.
Carl.
Carl.
Get it?
Carl.
What do you call a guy with no arms, no legs, and floats in the river?
Bob. Hey, quick question. So just to go back to that topic, I mean, we actually have a real professional. I mean, a professional is in the sense of the word of somebody who works in a shop who talks to vapors every day that come in, like whether they're experienced vapors or new vapors. We got Ohm.My.Lanta. You sexy man. He works at for independent vapor company, and they have phenomenal juices. I honestly, they're like, it's like crack to me.
Absolutely.
Juices. And but just to move back on the topic, yeah, you have people come in. What do they normally like? What do you normally tell a person when they come in? They're newer to vaping and they want to switch. Like, oh, I have a regulated mod or I have an AIO, and I want to move to like a mech squonker or something like that. What do you tell them?
I just read Nick's comment. Hold on. This is just funny, and I kind of have to read it out. Like, since Miss Burger Coleman isn't here, I'm going to assume James's son refers to the famous Wendy's bacon, junior bacon.
Yes, we love JBC.
Oh,
man.
dude, I love junior bacon cheeseburgers all day.
That's what the show's sponsored by. Today's show.
You brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaping with the Ohmies is now sponsored by Wendy's, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
We're sponsored by Wendy's.
Endless Frosties.
All right,
We need a
Dan.
redhead with
In 3 months, we're all going to be 400 pounds. It's going to be great.
Actually, there's been a couple people that have come in and they started off with regulated stuff and wanted to move into like the Wismec Luxotic, which that's not fully mechanical. It does have like a chip in it. And I let the guy know. I was like, so do you know anything about Ohm's Law? Do you know anything? Because you still got to be fairly safe with it. It doesn't have like it's not 100% regulated or anything. So I just go through like how I kind of learn. Like, none of us knew about this stuff when we first started vaping. So you start doing your research. You watch YouTube videos. You talk to people. It's a lot easier with our Discord server now to where you can get the answers you need. So I've taken that information that I've learned over the past couple of years and try to teach people that walk into the shop that want to try something different. They get tired of vaping on like a Smoke Alien 220 kit and want to try something different. And, but I let them know, like, this is what I'll help you build it. I'll show you how I use it safely. You have any questions, you can call them. I'll give people my number because I want them to be safe and enjoy it the way I enjoy it.
That's an interesting point. It almost brings up like this weird idea of like, obviously, I mean, there are a lot of brick and mortars, and let's be honest here, there are a lot of brick and mortars out there that just want your money. They don't give a fuck like what you know or what you don't know. They want you to buy stuff that you don't need and more. Like a Verizon store, you go in and they're trying to make commission off of what can they add on. It's almost like a brick and mortar that cared would give you a survey, a 3-question survey or something that says, what is Ohm's Law? Or do you know what Ohm's Law is? Do you know, what batteries are you currently using in your device? And like another question, it's like, if you answer them wrong, then you have to like sit and talk with the person before you can be like approved.
Sit down, little buddy. We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah. Come on into my office. Don't worry. It's the ball pit.
Let's have a talk.
Ball pits are fun and disengaging.
That's what I do. Like, though, I want to try something different. Like, I hear stories about other shops around there, and someone had sold him like a 4-battery guy with a tank that's rated up to like 200 watt. Like, this dude's getting into vaping. He doesn't do that shit. Like, I want you to walk out with what you need to get off cigarettes first. If eventually after that you want to try some new stuff and get more hobbyist wise, I help them do that too. I want them to be happy. If I make a good sale, I make a good sale, but it's not about that. Like my bosses are happy if that happens, but I'm not happy unless that person's happy walking out of that store. You know what I mean? I've had people come back the next week. I got a couple reoccurring customers that come back and they're like, dude, that setup's awesome. I love this tank. That juice I got's awesome. I haven't touched a cigarette in weeks. And that's the best thing that I hear when they come in is that I got them because I didn't have no one. I walked into a brick and mortar store and dropped $100 on a starter kit and then started my journey of learning what I needed to know or what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, unregulated. What the hell is all this? There was no one to teach me. I had to learn that on my own. So when people come in and I have that knowledge and I can pass it along to them, it really makes me happy and proud that I can do that. And
that's awesome.
Down that path.
Dan, quick question. I think this is a segment that we've the Ohmies have kind of discussed having on the show as a regular thing. Actually, Michelle, Lynn, you kind of spitballed this idea with us and whatnot. It's like it's basically
I believe you. She said
yeah. Well, I'm trying to give you credit. Give credit where credit's due. Maybe you'll remember it at some point. It'll like the light bulb will go off. Like, oh yeah, I was a part of this conversation. But so outside of that, like we'll start with you, Dan, because you just mentioned a monetary amount and like how you work at a shop. Like someone comes in, right? Someone comes. Let's just say for all of us, we work at a shop. Someone comes to our shop and says, "I have $80 to spend. I've never vaped before. I want to buy a vape. What should I get?" $80. Like off the top of your head, what are a couple of things? I mean, we could all say the same thing. If we do, then that'll help people in chat process.
I always start off with how much do you smoke? You know what I mean? Like if they're like a pack and a half, 2 packs of cigarette a day, I push them towards Salt Nick right off the get. That's just to get them because I don't feel, I mean, it worked for me, but I don't know how these people, Salt Nick wasn't there. I probably would have started with that if it was there, but I started with like an iStick Pico and a Cleto tank at like 3 milligrams. It worked for me right off the bat. I was happy with it. But a lot of people come in, pack and a half, 2 packs of cigarettes. I'm like, well, have you heard of Salt Nick? Go through, kind of explain it to them. And it's easy to, like, they come in with $80, but I'm like, you can try this and see if you like it. And if it stops smoking for like $40. So they're already saving money. It can get them off cigarettes. They give it a try. And then I've had people come back like, they're like, okay, well now I'm down to like, I'll have like 3 cigarettes a day. All right, well, next we're gonna try bumping you up in nicotine just to kick those other 3. So that's usually the way I push it. But I do have people come in, like I tried my buddy's, mod with like a fire loop tank on it. That was awesome. That's the route I want to go.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, let me think of like, and I'm always trying to save people money. Go in, they'll be like, we have these discounts going on, so go with that. So people will come in, I got $80. All right, well, it might be a little bit more than that, but I can save you some money for a better mod that I use all the time, that I know is trusted, that I like, which will be perfect for you with this tank. And then we just got to find you some juice. And that's just what I try to do. I try to save them a couple bucks because it'll get them to come back too. I want it to work for them, but I want them to keep coming back to our shop, not just because like it makes us money, because I know I didn't work for IVC all the time.
Yeah.
Job opened up, like I was in the group and dude, I love this juice, the community. They've always been advocating. So when a job opened up, I'm like, here's my resume. I already have a full-time job. This is just kind of, it doesn't pay my bills. Yeah. But it's fun and I get to help people get off of cigarettes like how I got off of cigarettes.
Right.
I try to use that knowledge to help them out.
Oh my God.
That's actually something I'm looking into as well, is getting into a shop on the weekends to kind of, just help spread knowledge, and, inform people about, what they're buying or like what's out there, what's going on advocacy wise and what they can do to, help or, do their part.
That's the other part of it. When
Absolutely.
people, a couple people come in, I'll talk know about like what's going on with like New York or Chicago and stuff like that. A lot of them don't. They don't even know about like the comment period. So I even there like, hey, have you heard about this? Do you know you see all these flavors I got up behind this on this wall, this millionaire that you love, this could be gone. They're like, what are you talking about? And then I drop that knowledge bomb on them too and tell them about FDA100k.com. Go there, do your flavor comments. Boom.
Because if you think about it, the people that just started vaping so they can quit smoking aren't the hobbyist vapers, aren't in the groups that we are.
No, they're
they don't even know about the regulations of what the government is trying to do. So it's our responsibility to inform them.
Can I add something to that?
Sure,
absolutely.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Can I let you out of timeout yet? I don't think I did.
I think we are very focused on educating people in the vape community about, you know, all the crap that's coming down the lane and so forth. But I think that we are missing a pretty large market, and that is we're missing people that don't vape and will never vape, and we need to educate them and inform them like what vaping is, because in their mind, vaping is looking good, James motherfucking Franklin.
Well, everybody else put glasses on, and I don't have
because I can't
regular
fucking
glasses,
see, dude.
So I felt I needed some glasses for a minute. So,
What was I talking about?
Sorry, guys. I was just trying to be funny.
I forgot what I was talking about.
I like to see your eyes.
I think you said something about knitting needles.
Knit needles, yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, be very careful because they're very sharp and they can poke you in the eye socket.
you were talking about flavors.
Oh. Okay, so the general population that don't vape and will never vape think that vaping is basically like what the high school kids are doing with their you know, their little
Jules?
No, the little batteries. Used to have a
Little ego batteries.
Thank you. An ego battery and a weed vape on top. That's what they think vaping is. They don't realize that vaping is not smoking pot.
Yeah, associated
That's a huge issue.
with herbal supplements.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick, as an aside, what did you choose? Overdrip made a good point. Dan, what would you choose? Like if someone came into your shop, you are in a shop, you work in a shop, shoppity shop. You work there, and they say, "I have $80 to spend. What can I buy, or what would you recommend for me? I'm a new vapor." Let's start with this is the premise. They're just a brand new vapor. What do you recommend? They have $80. They want to try vaping.
Me one and a bottle of Salt Nick. That's what I try to do too.
And then they say to you, like, all right, well, I have all this extra money now. You say, hey, try this out.
Sorens are usually what people come in for, but they come back after 3 months needing a new one pretty much. I take care of my vapes. I tried a Soren. It was great. Started screwing up on me 3 months in. I don't really try to push those anymore because I don't want people to be in and out buying a new Soren every 3 months. I've had a new one over a year. It's phenomenal. The coils are good. I barely ever had one that was bad right off the get. So that and a bottle of juice, a Salt Nick juice of any flavor you want, because I got it on the wall. You know what I mean? Whatever tickles your fancy, I got you. And that's usually what I go with. And then they still end up leaving with money in their pocket, and they're happy.
Yeah,
Like but I'm not trying to push them over that, and it's worked for quite a few people. You know what I mean? I love when someone comes in, like it sucks they come in smelling like cigarettes, but when they come in and saying, I don't want to smoke no more, what do I need to know about this? Sit down, buddy. I'm going to fill your ear hole. Let's go.
All right. That part's free.
Why does Dan always have to go to filling holes?
Yeah.
Because he likes to work on walls.
Fill your hole so you don't have to.
Yeah, so that answers that. Just so then to
takes out half the fun, though.
Yeah, to transition.
I got these eye holes. These eye holes.
The advocacy part and the knowing, knowing is half the battle kind of thing. I think for the flavors thing, I mean, for new vapors, they're not going to really know. But for people who aren't vapors, that aren't directly linked to somebody like me or, James or Clown or Michelle or, PoonSauce or Ohm.My.Lanta, they're going to do it for us because they see how it's changed us and affected us in a way that's positive. But people outside of that, videos like what I want to say is, the videos like that, that one Indian doctor guy, he does on like parts per million about like what cigarette vapor or what the smoke from cigarettes really does to pollute the air versus vapor pollutes the air. But outside of that, like a video like on Grim Green's vlog from last week, this is what I want to kind of transition to, is that video where it talks about big tobacco and Philip Morris and like how, states like California, they sold bonds, to the tobacco companies. Did you guys talk about this at all?
No, dude. I'm glad you're touching on this.
So they basically sold bonds to the tobacco company. Now we could touch on it here, but that's more of a video that you send to an experienced vapor, because that's a great way of breaking things down for people like us that are they're in love with this community and we're involved in the community and we understand a lot about what's going on, but we want to understand it in a more, like pared down sense, like an infographic, like Grim said. What are your thoughts about that? Like what video do you send to people that aren't vapors versus what do you send to people that are vapors?
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you on the aspect of like with the whole kind of like money trail side of it with the bonds and like been sold to big tobacco or whatever it may be. I have watched the video. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
I always tell people
But,
when it comes to that, go check out Billion Lives
I
Matter.
can break down the video real quick. I've watched it so many times. It's what happened was people were suing the tobacco companies, so they came out and said, all right, well, we'll give you a bunch of money if you stop suing us. So then they put all that money in bonds. Then vaping got really big, so they weren't getting their money from the taxes on the cigarettes, so that they're going like delinquent on the bonds. So now they're all panicking. So they think if they get rid of the flavors, that we'll go back to smoking cigarettes and they'll get their money back through the tax money, so that they're not delinquent on these bonds that they bought.
Right. Is that funny, Michelle?
I have a booger hanging
Definitely makes a
Oh,
good
so
point.
serious.
There is a link. If you guys search for truth about vaping, that'll be the link right there. That'll send you guys to that video. Make sure you guys go and check that out.
I can get the
The video has actually been out for a little bit too.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while. I remember seeing.
If you haven't seen it, it's just especially for you if you're a person that is like one of us that is like a hobbyist vapor, that loves the community and loves what everything that comes with it. Like this is just something that kind of opens your eyes to things that are going on behind the scenes, which are kind of swaying the way things are going in certain states. And it kind of puts things into perspective a little bit, and you can kind of understand a little bit more of why things are happening how they are. Doesn't mean it's right or it's justified, but it kind of clarifies things a little bit, and you can kind of figure out what the thinking is behind the whole situation.
That's like with that new RDA, and I know that Stan's not watching right now, so that new Reverie, you got to follow the money trail on that. Because it leads back to this guy Stan.
Jeez. It's like the
And I
age
feel
old
it-
adage. If it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's probably
It's a Stan.
Yeah, it's probably Stan.
I mean, he buys beard stuff instead of just
Using earwax? Yeah, I used to. I
and
do
like
the same thing.
balms and essential oils and stuff. Like you can't trust that. That's not a beard. And if his beard's fake, then the rest of him has to be, right?
That's true. The soul lies in the beard.
Making good points. I don't think he's going to be my friend anymore, but that's okay.
Hey, man. When you get to be that popular with two kick-ass products like the Reverie and the
Lucidia.
what is it?
Lucidia.
Lucid.
Yeah.
And then how he basically saw that Dreamer mech tube and then told them, why don't you make it so it can go upside down or right side up? And they're basically like, oh, that's a great idea. We'll put your name on this. Now, we're just kidding, guys. Like everybody in chat that probably already knows that we're messing around. All those were his products. We're messing with Stan. Stan's a great dude. He's made some really great products. Just like any of these guys, like Clown or Stan or anybody, if you go over to patreon.com, the rest of us, the Vaping with the Ohmies, don't have a patreon.com, but Clown does. You can, by supporting him, you can support all of us because he is basically the captain of the ship. And if he's supported, then our stream looks better. So, just think about that. Also, we have a few British, our brothers
Actually,
across.
Can I say something about that real quick? Because I'm going to forget.
Sure.
The chat is they're the reason I've been laughing my ass off. I made a mention about the eye holes and they just went nuts with it. And I'm watching like Vaping Irish is just cracking me up. Stan always arrives late, but finishes quickly or comes quickly.
Very nice.
Bazinga.
Headshot.
Boom, headshot. Everybody runs faster with a knife. But just to finish that thought, our friends across the pond, I mean, just as much as if we saw that there was legislation going down in the UK that was detrimental to the vape community, they let us know, or we see it on Instagram, we repost, you have no idea. Just one simple repost, even if you have 50 followers, is really helpful. So we love the fact that they hang out with us and they support the vape community. True Vapors. He's basically the Suck My Mod of Great Britain. He hangs out with us on the reg, and he's a pretty big deal, and he's an awesome dude. And he's, it really means a lot that it's more than just state by state or town by town. It's country by country. It's worldwide. We are literally prestige worldwide, right?
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. Nachos and lemon heads. My dad's boat.
Thing I'd like to say, if you need to know more about advocacy or what's going on places, Eric Vinyl and Vapor, NorCal Sick Boy on Instagram. Two guys to follow. I repost those guys all the time. They have their finger on the pulse of what's going on in advocacy. Really good dudes. Go check them out. Repost their stuff. They know what they're talking about. And I'm done.
But actually, I'm gonna probably butcher his last name. This is gonna be horrible, but he's actually one of the people that started up the Not Blowing Smoke. Stefan, you guys are gonna have to help me with this. D-I-D-A-K. I'm horrible with names.
D-I-K.
B-I-N-G-O.
Didek.
What's his name?
Well, anyways, make sure you guys go and show some love to him, because for starting that up, because you guys can always go there as well. Notblowingsmoke.com, I believe, is the website. You guys can go there
first.
D-Doc.
Not blowing smoke or blowing smoke?
Not blowing.
Or still blowing smoke.
Sufjan D-Doc.
Not blowing smoke. So make sure you guys go and check that out.
What's going on, NorCal Sick Boy?
Here.
Not blowing smoke. Sorry,
That's
yes.
what I said.
Chuck, your mod is in the mail, dude. It is no longer in my house. It is on its way to you. Illes Bress. Who did I steal that from? Was that you or Stan?
That's
was that Demo?
Yeah, it's one of our sayings that we use in the Discord.
Yep.
Along with many others.
Crisp as nipples. I like that one.
Hey, PoonSauce, tell us a little bit about transistor radio juice.
Transistor radio.
What's the latest award that you got? Like, what flavor did you guys just get an award for?
Back in Cleveland at the Midwest Vapor Expo in April. Okay. The award
was it Tango Melon?
Tango Melon. What? I forgot which award it won. Oh crap!
It was like best.
Does it matter if we lose flavors? That's the real question I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have a completely new line they're trying to come out with, and if they're not able to do that, you guys aren't able to experience what they have in store for everybody.
Yeah.
So
and even those
go
companies.
out there, all your comments. Yeah, definitely. Any other vape company, they need to have their juice out there. Come on, they're a business. They have employees working for them.
Right.
So,
well, that reminds me.
Keep them in business.
This whole thing that passed in San Francisco, the San Francisco flavor ban, and I could be mistaken on what I'm about to say, but that's how fake news gets started. But if you're living in San Francisco and you want to get a flavored e-juice, I'm assuming that you can still mail order it, because let's be real, no one's checking your mail like that. But that means that basically when San Francisco passed this, they basically just said a big giant FU to their vape shops.
Oh, yeah.
These people that are already struggling, probably, it's just like, how much more shit can you lump on them? It's just, I'm not going to start a rant, but it's ridiculous.
By all means.
It's ridiculous, because it's like, like I said, they're trying to make a living, and it's like one thing after another with regulations for something that's only going to be saving people. Like, this is what the big thing is about, and I've been bitching and moaning about this for a few days at least now, that, with all the problems in the world, this should not be one of them. This is a life-saving measure, and I don't care what you subscribe to, but let's just say at least 95% safer. If I told you, Swaggins, like, hey, if I could give you something and it would make you 95% less likely to crash and die in your car, would you do it? Well, no, you might not.
It would save me money.
Well,
yeah, on the car.
Stefan actually put in here, he says, yeah, you can order offline if you're in SF, but it's only a ban on sales, not on possession or use.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they fucked the local vape shops.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good job.
I mean, that's not going to stop people from going out and buying juice. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
they're still gonna get it, but yeah, it's just a shame for all those local shop owners that no longer are going to be able to make a living, you know, and it's just very unfortunate.
Yeah. Wait, I saw Philly Vape, John's brother, John's Johnny John's.
Jimmy John's?
No, John's.
Okay.
JAWN.
It sounds like from what Stefan's saying that a lot of the shop owners in SF are looking to go like the short fill route with doing zero nic bottles and then doing the nic shots separately.
But I believe they can't sell flavored juice, period, regardless if it had nic in it or not. Isn't that what the rule was?
And see that's what I'm not sure of. So.
Oh wait, hold on. It says the few retailers I've spoken to who wish to stay in San Francisco are looking at going the zero nic route and providing separate nicotine shots. So I stand corrected. This is exactly it, dude.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How's my lighting? Did I fix it just in time for the end of the show?
I was kind of hoping you could use your voice thing, so we can have Barry White in here.
I had to delete that because of what happened on the stew last Friday. It was just deciding it wanted me to have a deeper voice. What happens if it wants me to have a high pitched voice? I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's saying the ordinance is specific to nicotine containing products.
Really? So it's not even the flavors themselves?
See, and this is why I'm so glad that we have this chat and we do streams like this, because we get to spread the knowledge, you know, as we even get it, and that's awesome.
All right, so a quick comment from Big Boy Coils or Big Boy Builds. What's up, dude? Us guys in the UK really have it easy compared to you guys across the pond, yet we still have vapors who bitch and moan. It's going to happen anywhere, man. That's human nature.
That's how it is.
But I feel you. That's why we're here for each other, because it's kind of like a give and take.
Right. I mean, it's
perspective.
Like we talked about all the crazy products we have now versus like when we picked up vaping. Like I was doing ego setups, so I guess you had some stuff that was wonky, and people still complain about them. It's like this is so much better than when we started.
Well, that's the thing too. When you get these complex addies that come out, that's like great because that's when you're like comfortable in the industry where it's like, all right, well, you have so much diversity that you could have stuff that's difficult to build. But I've been vaping for so long that I don't want to go back to things being difficult to build. I like the fact that you can just pretty much drop things in, clip your leads, throw some cotton in, or after you pulse it, throw some cotton in, and you're good to start vaping. I don't want to go back. I don't want it to be like super difficult. I don't want to have to, you know, worry about, all right, well, if my mod breaks, I can't buy another one because it's after August 8th and everything good that came out after August 8th is gone.
Well, that's if they change the predicate date.
Right.
We still have the original predicate date to deal with.
Yes.
That would just take away so much stuff that's come out over the years.
As a quick one more segment that I want to try out with you guys is like if each of us could go through and say like what your favorite one favorite juice that you've been vaping on that you could recommend to the audience. I could start if you want. I think you guys already know what it is.
I gotta get to find the bottle thing.
All right, hold on. I feel like I asked. What did you say?
Yeah.
I was reading the comments here.
You guys read the comments.
Dude,
I mean, Stefan is having really good
dude,
stuff.
I totally missed it. Throw it at me one more time.
Yeah, I don't know how long we're planning on going, so I just wanted to try one more segment before we wrapped up with some comments.
Absolutely.
Which the comments are great. I mean, Stefan, thank you for all of your feedback. Thanks to the
yeah, for
that
sure.
are hanging out. Thanks to everybody else, the Canadians for sure. I'm sorry. Thank you. You can apologize later. The segment I was proposing was like if you could choose one juice that's like been your favorite juice that you would recommend to an audience member. What one juice would you choose? And I said I'd start, and then I'll pass it off.
All right.
So basically, I know I've been raving about this stuff for a long time, but it's still amazing for so many reasons. But this Millionaire OG Sherbet, even if you argue with me and want to tell me it's Sherbert, I will say okay, as long as I have a bottle of this to vape on, I'll let you believe that it's sherbet, not sherbet. Not only just because it's delicious and it's sweet, but it's clean. But because I put 150 mils of that through a pair of coils and a set of cotton, and the cotton was still white and the coils were still shiny. So that alone, like when you see coils off of a juice that's delicious, but the coils are gunked up after 24 hours. Yeah, sure. Maybe you're cool with the maintenance because it's just that delicious, but just think about it. I mean, that's like, it's gross. It's nasty, man. I'm going to pass it off. Speaking of Millionaire, I'm going to pass it off to my dude, Ohm.My.Lanta, and you can tell us.
Put little man to bed.
It's all good.
What are we doing? Saying goodbyes?
No, we're saying what's your favorite juice right now? This is a segment I'm trying to push. It's obviously a winner.
I thought we were saying goodbyes. My favorite juice right now?
Yeah.
That you would recommend to...
Dude, I haven't put this stuff down. The Fountain by, what is it? OPMH Project. That Baja Blast slushy.
Oh, dude, I need that.
It's my third 60 mil. I when I'm out, I'm like, you know what? I need it. But the other side of that is also Transistor Lemonberry. That stuff's really good, and I'm almost done with my second 120 mil of that. So
I really want to try that one.
both of those are my fruity go-tos right there.
All right, pass it off.
I don't know who's went besides.
All seconds in you, so it's everybody's free.
Everybody's free. I'll go to Poonie, my buddy.
Well, of course, you guys know what brand it's going to be, and I know the guys on the panel know what juice it's going to be because I talk about it all the damn time. It's going to be Tango Melon by Tango Melon by Transistor. The Tangerine Mango Watermelon Candy.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Sounds
Amazing.
refreshing.
Amazing. Doesn't kill your coils. It's really sweet, and it doesn't kill your coil. That's the great thing about it.
It doesn't give you cavities.
Hey, you don't get your cavities at all.
Also, their LSD, their lemon candy one, is very good as well.
Save some for next time, bro.
Yeah. Stop.
Like all over the place.
Quiet, Dan.
Sorry.
All right, pass it off,
Okay.
PoonSauce.
I'll pass it off to Miss Michelle.
Hey, I'm gonna address the pink elephant in the room first. Anyone heard from JBC?
No.
Negative.
There's
So
a
she was-
chat box, by the way, that you can check during the show, Michelle, for future reference.
I know. I
As
saw them. I
always-
did. I texted her, but I haven't heard back.
No worries. No worries.
She was saying that she was having some kind of like issue at work, which I'm sure she is.
She's running.
Yeah.
Going on over there.
Real life stuff
Around
happens.
eventually. It just wasn't in the
She's
cards.
fighting for us vapors, though. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's the important thing. I'm a shitty person to go to for this because anyone that knows me knows that my main vape is my DIY Clove, and it's Vapor Swaggin's approved now.
It's so good.
So what I'm going to say is this, because it was such a nice gesture to begin with. I'm gonna tell people about Witch's Brew from Mark
Cloth.
I can't pronounce Cloth.
Cloth like rough.
It's cloth.
Cloth. It's a hard thing to say,
Cloth.
especially right now. So he has his brand is Witch's Brew, and he sent me this peppermint for my migraines, and it's good shit, man. So if you get a chance, and I know he's working hard on his website, but check out Witch's Brew e-juice, because I was really surprised I liked it, because I've tried a lot of e-juices and typically hate everything. So
Very nice.
I would like to pass this on to Nick Bissett from Deli Vape TV.
Hey Nick, how's it going, man?
He says he likes
up there. He said something about
Poonting.
poutine and sour cream with Hershey Kisses.
And
All
maple
right,
syrup.
Nick, thanks.
Don't
Who
forget
do you
about
want to
the
pass it
maple
off to, Nick? He wants to pass it off to James Franklin.
All right. Well, you guys know me. You see me doing the cloud checks in the Vape Stew crew, and I show this stuff off all the time. This Savage Marcellus. It's a creamy lemon tart. I go through 100 mil after 100 mil of this stuff. I mean, like this setup is just, that's what it is. TM24 Pro, DS, Marcellus, constantly.
Yeah, buddy.
Every day.
That stuff looks nice.
It's my go-to. I love it. It's not. It's a sweet juice, but it's not like overpoweringly sweet, and it's pretty decent on coils. I'm not gonna lie. You can run it a pretty good long amount of time on coils before you gotta, rewick and whatnot. Like I've rewicked this last week, still running. Cotton looks good, vaping clean. So yeah, definitely check this out. Savage Marcellus. You can check it out. Vape-100, I think, is one of their other lines they've got. Check it out, guys. They got good juice. And I'm gonna pass it off to my man, Clown Vapes.
Hello. Okay. So I've been sitting here the whole time thinking about this question because I DIY, right?
Yeah.
You guys have actually gotten me to break down and buy juices in recent, months.
Bad influences.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or
And
had you sent to you?
I'll say it's like a toss up between the Savage Marcellus and Mama Son's Grand Slam. Those are two that I kind of find myself not wanting to live without, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't have a bottle of it right now because I ran out recently. But yeah, I'll say Grand Slam. I wish they changed their branding because honestly, that's terrible. But still, great juice. It's so delicious. Makes you want cereal the whole time.
Nice.
Very cool. That being said, do you think it's about that time, Clown?
Yeah, I'd say we're gonna put this puppy to bed because I need to get ready for my 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 because that's actually my work schedule.
Nice.
And yeah, so thanks for joining us. We had a pretty good time. We were just shooting the shit, as they say, but it was fun.
Hopefully we'll have JBC on in the future. We'll definitely try and reschedule. Sorry about that, guys.
That's all good, man.
And one more thing, just a real quick aside. If you guys, we have that email. It's vapinwiththeohmies at gmail.com. If you ever have an idea of something that you'd like to see us talk about or a question about anything, we'll use it, and we'll give you credit. You can say similar to like a Grim Green, like if you want to, write us a story about how you started vaping or, and you can let us know in your letter, like whether, or your email, whether or not you want us to mention your name or not, first name, last name, whatever, like a handle, like your Instagram. Send us an email over at vapinwiththeohmies at gmail.com. That's definitely something we'd love to look at. We love hearing from you guys if you're not people that we talk to on a regular basis. So yeah.
Alrighty, so thanks for joining us. We'll catch y'all next week. And yeah.